Good morning, our beloveds. We have so many ideas and thoughts and concepts running through our another's mind. What is mania? Why do we have it? How does it differ from PTSD? These are the questions, the queries that we have running through her mind in order to advocate for an individual who has lost the right to make her own medical decisions as it relates to her mental health or mental state. So when you have an institution who or what simply wishes to medicate you back into normalcy and it doesn't work, how do you, as an advocate, voice your concerns and express your desires on what is in the best interest for this individual when you and the practitioners disagree? Where do you, the individual, draw the line when you feel that the medical industry is usurping an individual's right to making decisions for their own mental health care decisions? So here is the question for you all. If you were denied the right to make your own mental health care decisions, how would you feel? How would you feel if they medicated you to the point where you just didn't feel anything and you were numb and complacent and well behaved? Isn't that what our public school systems are doing? Where we beat the children into submission in one form or another, telling them that they must sit incessantly and be well behaved, when their internal desire is to run around on the playground and to explore and experiment and see firsthand how the world works and not through textbooks? Do you see how from the cradle to the grave you are all being taught to be well behaved or you are broken? Behave or be medicated or be suicided in one form or another. It is not by chance, our beloveds. And when and if you see this, we would ask for you to stand up, to become part of the army that speaks out against these atrocities. These are formerly human experiments to see what works and when and how. And now it is institutionalized medical care. You were never medicated into compliance before. And now if you dare to speak up, you can be deemed to be a danger to yourself or to others and to be medicated to the point of incessant compliance. Now, if you all come here to have a very unique experience in your own physicality, how is this ever in the best interest of humanity? Allow people to have that expression. Allow them to misbehave and then chat with them about why and how. And as you all are learning through your neuroplasticity, right? That as you change your thoughts and your beliefs, as you calm your vagal nerve, as you become or experience a safety within your body, that your neurocognitivity changes and how your biochemistry changes. The fact is, in part, that many of you are struggling so much with your mental health care because your underlying belief system within your subconscious is so stressed and triggered and traumatized that your fight or flight methodology is constantly in play, which causes a lot of neurochemistry to change and be negatively impacted. If we were to put most of you, not all, but most of you in a safe space where you are fed and tended to and cared for, and you get to go for lovely walks and you get massages and you have an experience of just feeling safe you would heal a lot of those parts within you, and you would begin to normalize again. Now, there's an exception to every rule, but the problem here is that the exception to every rule is how you are being medicated and hospitalized and institutionalized. And it doesn't work. It simply forces you all to live within such a narrow bandwidth, which increases the neurocognitive distortion within your experience, which causes your biochemistry to get wonky. And when you normalize what the expression of life is meant to be, which is expanding and not regressing, you will then find that balance within your own experience. So the question again is, how do you stand up for your rights or somebody else's rights to be normal within an in-normal range? Why do you all have to be well behaved when you have suffered extremely at the hands of others, which has created a pattern of chronic PTSD within your neurosensitivities? Why would you expect anyone to be well behaved when they are constantly triggered in an unsafe environment such as a psychiatric hospital? And the only solution is to be medicated? No, it is to be healed. It is to be traumatized no more and to be placed in a safe environment. And it is not what is offered here in the US and in certain other countries, as you know, because you want everyone to behave within a particular bandwidth from cradle to grave in order to streamline profitability, efficiency, and normalcy, in quotes, whatever that is, designated by those who are in power. And it's not the right or the left or anywhere in between. It is those who have the money who want you to continue to be slaves to the system of capitalism in one form or another. And whether it's communism, autocracy, dominion over you, it's all still under a form of capitalism where you are forced to work against your will in order to remain alive. Who decided that? That was a question that we raised to one another the other day through a platform. Who decided that you all would have to actually pay in order to remain alive when your life was granted to you by the Creator and all of this abundance here on Mother Earth was given to you to sustain not only your life, but that of humanity? Finding yourself means also finding others in this quagmire called life. It's difficult, but when will you stand up for the rights of others to be themselves as much as your right to be you? It matters, and it matters not because it will be what it will be, and you are all being pulled forward into this grand experiment called life. But the more you can appreciate the nuances and express and experience it through curiosity instead of hatred and dislike, therein lies the solution. Be curious about what you are experiencing. Be curious about what the other people are experiencing. And then find the creative solution whereby you invite everyone in to the table to figure out what is best for the collective experience, not only you. And that, our beloveds, is the most difficult because you continue to put your needs above everybody else's. But what if you are here to teach somebody else, to figure out who they are? What role are you to play in their lives to allow them to grow? They are an avatar in your experience, and you are an avatar in theirs. And how do you co-create and coexist at the same time? That is our query for humanity today. Be blessed, and so it is. Namaste.